Starting in 3, 2,
10,
1.
16.
69,
And now we're back
420.
to 3. E3 specifically. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Louder Than Podcast. Today we have a special event coming for you. Fresh off of the Electronics Entertainment Expo, we are going to be covering this in one, possibly more episodes this week. We have a breakdown of the individual conferences, as well as specific coverage on what caught our interest. Well, we were planning on doing things in order, but since when do we actually abide by our own plans?
Elder Scrolls!
Let's intro everybody and then get underway. We're having Chris.
Hello.
Taylor.
Hello.
Eric.
Aloha.
And
Ooh.
Ferox the Redundant introducing all of these panels. And since we're not going in any particular order, I'm just going to open the floor and pretend you're not deafening me. Let's go.
You Smash.
Yes.
Smash Ultra, my man.
You literally
Ultimate.
just said we should go in order, Eric, before we started.
Literally was not me. When do I ever go in order?
I mean, that's
Well,
true.
okay, let's just start with that. And you got the name
Smash.
wrong, you idiot.
Listen.
It's ultimate, not ultra.
Okay, I'm
Think whatever
vetoing.
wants.
I am vetoing Eric's start because I want to end on Nintendo specifically.
Wow,
Okay.
rude.
Fuck you! You got vetoed. You got vetoed.
Okay, what
Vita
did,
veto. It cannot be overturned.
Oh wait. I wanna quote a tweet I saw before from a fake Sony account, like a parody account. We're holding our conference this year in a church so we could give the Vita the funeral it deserves.
Oh my god.
Oh. Wait, me?
Yes! You're done! You'll never work in this town again!
I babble incoherently enough for all of us. You're done.
Damn it.
Plot twist, Chris is gonna fire us all week by week until he's a one-man show.
So I actually missed EA's showcase, so...
Yeah, me too, so if one of you guys wants to start on that, I'll happily
Yeah.
talk about it.
I caught it, but there's not a lot of stuff I can say I enjoyed.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise, it's Electronic Arts.
Okay, first things first. Does anybody here care about Battlefield 5?
Nope.
Microtransactions?
Nope, next.
Okay,
I just
are
wish it
they
was Bad
working on
Company 3.
Yo, are they working on Anthem?
Anthem was their closer, so I got that on the list.
Good.
Okay, did they say anything about microtransactions on that one? That's what everyone's worried about right
Yeah,
now.
no, like, Anthem looks like an actual, like, standout of the year candidate for me when it releases,
Yeah.
but if they like kill this with fucking nickel and diming and any other form of bullshit, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah,
From
they
the
have to be
information they put
very
out so
careful.
far- From the information they put out so far, there are not going to be any randomized microtransactions. It's going to be like direct transactions for specific cosmetics. However, there is
Okay.
also the RNG nature of the drops in this kind of game, so
But see,
Also-
I like the idea of it as drops because, you know, it gives you that little gambling feeling, which we all know that human psychology craves, but it's relatively harmless.
here's the thing though, they may go the Assassin's Creed Origin or the Horizon Zero Dawn route, whereby they have loot boxes that can only be purchased with in-game currency.
True,
I don't
true.
think they're going to. I think that the recent Battlefront stuff hit them late in development, so they may still have the like design in game, but they're going to change the payment model.
Okay.
Okay, after Battlefield, they had FIFA 19, and again, FIFA soccer. Anybody care?
No.
Eh.
I respect it. It's not my cup
Right.
of tea.
My friend Brandon, who doesn't really game, likes it. So,
Then Andrew Wilson came out on stage, and I'm still convinced he's Handsome Jack.
Actually, Chris, before we move on from FIFA, I do want to ask: did they do anything like neat with FIFA, like innovative, or is it just like, hey, soccer fans, we tweaked the engine?
It looks like
you.
what's that other franchise? Yes, Ubisoft or whatever it is.
Wait, I'm
robot.
sorry, you roboted.
Well, what's the other soccer? PES?
Pro Evolution from Konami.
Pro Evolution Soccer. Yeah, Konami. Thank you.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to lose their exclusivity on it, so FIFA is going to have less competition.
Oh.
I mean, it's not directly addressed from the EA conference, but in the world of soccer games,
Right.
there's that. And I'm not going to a football game because I'm a filthy American. I have to save that word for later in the conference.
Football.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's looking like FIFA is going to lose its big competition, if you can even consider that competition, with how they've analyzed the discussion of the franchise.
I think Pro Evolution had like a pretty niche following, but a following nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Konami's not willing to put in the work for it anymore. They're too busy on pachinko machines.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Pachinko machines are the best.
I will concede that pachinko machines are awesome, but not like destroy one of the biggest companies in gaming history that actually put out amazing games. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about roundabout loot box systems for gambling, pachinko machines were just the first loopholes in that kind of.
Honestly.
Yeah, like Taylor and I have had the. No, go ahead, Tay.
Like, they're cool and all, but not like when you tease something new in the Silent Hill franchise and it's a fucking slot machine.
Or, you know, when someone hears, oh, hey, they're redoing graphics from Metal Gear Solid 3 in a new Metal Gear engine. What's it for?
Or Castlevania, where Next is satisfying the demand more than the pachinko machines that are just touting erotic violence.
Yeah.
Wait, did Konami present it? So
Konami didn't have a conference, and I did not see them publish much, if anything.
Yeah.
I think
Konami barely honestly makes games anymore, and I'm not trying to be funny. They actually just... They're not that present anymore.
Well, I think they just want to be a publisher at this point, don't they?
I mean, yeah.
It makes life a lot easier for them.
Mm.
And then, like, Jim Sterling is not on their ass about everything.
Jim Sterling's on anything's ass with a dragon dildo attached, but getting back to the EA conference.
Yeah.
After Andrew Wilson stepped out on stage, we were talking about the EA subscription streaming service, which I thought it was like EA Play, but apparently that's just like demos and early access. This is Origin Access Premier, which it's kind of like the Xbox Games Pass.
Yeah,
EA published titles.
I heard about that, yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of subscription services like this for games, but it seems like it's going to be cloud-based and not like a download type thing like Game Pass, though.
I'm not against things like this as long as the consumer still has the option to buy games. I actually think this is pretty forward-thinking because it gives you the option if you're like, hey, like, here's a bunch of games I'm interested in, but I don't necessarily want to buy all of them, but... You know, I want to play them, but I don't know how much I want to play them. Like, you could just throw EA a few bucks, which, granted, me telling you to spend any money on EA should be telling you something. But, you know, hey, like, throw us a few bucks, you can play the games, no pressure. And then if you really, really fucking love the game, you're perfectly free to go buy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as they don't start taking down the digital storefronts for these games and still give you the option to own it as a consumer, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it bothers me that for the PC service, you have to use the Origin client, but they haven't been doing that many Steam releases recently anyway.
Exactly. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. Now, here's where...
Dude, I haven't actually downloaded Origin in at least, like, 5 years.
Oh, yeah, same.
Dude, I think the last time I had Origin was for Spore, actually.
I had it for the first Titanfall.
I used it last year when they were giving away Dead Space 1 for free, but
right.
Other than that, there's not really much I play for EA on PC.
Yeah.
I just think, like, so, like, what do you guys think? Do you think Anthem's going to be a home run for them, or do you think home run is going to be another Battlefront?
I think it's going to be worse than Battlefront because they're making BioWare, the RPG studio, develop something they keep expressly stating is not an RPG.
Honestly,
well, to be fair, BioWare has been gutted out at this point.
Yeah, they're missing all their good writers.
Yeah.
I think it could go a couple of ways, only because, like, we're really at a point now where, like, expectations are completely defiable. I have no faith in EA. There's a difference here. Like, faith, all-time low. But... who knows? You know, I've seen worse. I mean, look at anything in the tech company. I'm not comparing directly, but it's still tech. The TV I just purchased is an LG from 2017, so it's a new model. The 2018's like just came out, so it's a new model. It has literally the lowest tested response time for input lag on the market right now. Before that, LG's had the worst. and nobody took them seriously as TVs for people who played video games. In the same format, you know, EA could be like, we've done this wrong for a long time now, we should probably get our shit together. I don't know if they will. I'm not saying I think they will, but I've learned not to have expectations anymore is my real point.
We just need to hope that the whole Disney pissing game pissed off at them changes their minds enough to keep their investors happy.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, yes, they brought the loot boxes back, but they really do deserve some sort of recognition for even getting rid of them in the first place, even if they ended up, double backing on it. The fact that they even budged shows something, and I think that's understated. And hopefully we'll move eventually. We'll get sick of the all these pay models, but I don't know. Like, I'll touch more on this later. But with Nintendo, look at all the content that is going to be in Smash. And yes, I know a lot of it is greatest hits kind of stuff, but they added new outfits for characters that didn't have them in other games they were in. They added new stages, new this, new that. That's the kind of shit that nowadays we would expect. Like, by the way, you want this classic stage? You gotta pre-order it. And I think a lot of people are getting sick of that, and they're like, oh look, you can unlock all these characters when you buy the fucking game. So I don't know.
Like in the old days.
There's still people out there making games and fighting that fight. So, to
be honest, Nintendo's been really good with that.
And that's why I wanted to end with them, because there's a lot of that I think we can touch on. But yeah, I think EA and other companies that have lost public faith might start learning these lessons if people really start fucking voting with their dollars.
You know who's been getting hit really hard recently?
Who?
Blizzard.
In what sense?
Because, they're attached to Activision, and
yes.
people are kind of pissed off by Activision Blizzard's nonsense with, loot boxes and all that.
Well, also, you're taking a huge fucking risk by saying, hey, remember this launcher that has all, the most beloved PC series in the world? You launch Diablo from here, StarCraft. We're launching Call of Duty through it now. You're just asking for it.
Yeah, Nerd Rage is real.
Yeah. It's the disappointing sequel to one of the most lore-starved RPGs ever made, and the fourth entry in the sub-franchise of Call of Duty that has no single-player campaign.
Yeah, you're asking to be mocked.
Yeah.
Also, I can agree. I think Blizzard's lost a lot of their buying power, especially for me personally. It's the only thing they had for Diablo this year was they have a Season of Greed with double treasure goblins. And Diablo 2 was one of the reasons I used to love that company.
Yeah.
Then what else do they have? World of Warcraft, they're doing vanilla servers, even though they said we didn't want them. They called the community ignorant, and then they're selling it now. And they're also doing the Battle for Azeroth expansion. It's 20% more expensive than the last Collector's Edition, or any of the other previous ones, and it has less content.
Money.
One thing I will say, though, I do not stand by what they said about the community. But I will say, to be 100% fair, at least they admitted they were wrong by making it. You know what I mean? We can't just crucify them forever, because that just shows no matter what you do, we're not happy with you. We have to give them some credit, because people said they wanted it. They said, no, you don't know what you're talking about, and then they said, wait, maybe you do. Fine, here you go. And I think that's worth something.
Yeah, it's just...
And I don't even mean that as an optimist, I mean that even as a cynic or a pessimist, you have to admit that if you want to at least get what you want, you can't shit on people for giving you what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm just bitter that they shut down the fan project in order to get there.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's World of Warcraft has gotten to the point where I'm just bored by the expansions, the story's becoming completely disinteresting, it's becoming more expensive for less content, they're not doing any single-player Warcraft stuff, and they haven't in over 10 years.
Right.
Diablo's getting no support, StarCraft, I don't really play that much, but what else do they have? Hearthstone.
I was gonna say Hearthstone's doing pretty well.
Hearthstone. Yeah.
Hearthstone's becoming nightmarish in the ranked play though. As
Oh,
if
it
it
is?
hasn't been for a while.
Really?
Where
Has
it just
been?
yeah, it's becoming such a control focused meta that things are basically decided within the earliest parts of the match, and they still drag on for 10 to 20 minutes each. So long games that you have no control over.
Right, you're forced to sit there and lose.
Or you surrender and you just try re-rolling the ladder.
Yeah.
And also, it's more expensive than ever to actually finish the sets because they're doubling the amount of legendaries by putting 2 per class instead of 1.
Oh.
And they put all the new mechanics in the legendaries. Like, when they introduced hero cards, they were all legendaries. So if you wanted to explore the new mechanics, they were the most expensive parts of the set.
Great.
Wow, I thought I respected Hearthstone.
Dude, that was
my cat is
very-
desperately trying to get into my closet, so I gotta go get her.
God damn it. Cinnamon, what are you doing?
That's a great name for a cat.
It is a great name for a cat.
Cinnamon.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Overwatch. They still have that.
Technically.
Oh yeah.
To be
Oh.
fair though, look, I'm somebody who like is sick of hearing about Overwatch, although I still occasionally do play it. And the recent patches, they're really doing changes. They're reinventing heroes that have gotten like minimal play. They're changing entire kits. You know, they're adding maps pretty regularly, and, you know, it is still a fun game. My only complaint with Overwatch as a game, and I mean this too, like, I think Blizzard's doing a stellar job with the game, more than they have been in the past. It's just that now my excitement to play is still tainted, because even though you're adding new characters finally on a slightly more often basis, it seems, and, you know, you're changing characters that aren't fun, I'm still relying on strangers to play. So
Community management is insufferable, and just queuing up with randoms is not fun.
Well, were we supposed to
I'm back.
squad up?
Hi. Well, yeah, no, that I enjoy playing the game with friends. I'm just saying, like, I can't really say Overwatch is a huge plus for Blizzard in my eyes, because it's a game that I have to rely on playing with other human beings that I don't
We
know.
totally
Oh,
forgot.
I
We
came
totally
back at a
forgot
good time because they're actually implementing a what did they call it? Like a looking for match thing where
Looking for group.
Yeah.
yeah, like you say like I will play support, I'll play DPS, whatever.
I still
then it
think that's not
locks
going to
you-
solve a lot, personally.
It locks you into like the specific like category of heroes, so you can't say like, yeah, I'll play support and then play a tank.
Yeah, it's,
So-
what is it? Role queue, something for MOBAs that people
Yeah.
have been asking for a while. And also you can set
Yeah.
those LFG preferences to also include mics or not. So
Yep.
if you want
Yep.
communication, you can actually set the parameters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
that's cool, but, like, I still feel like it won't help.
I also, guys, I just
Why do
realized
you
we
feel like
forgot to
it
talk
won't
about, they have, what's it called? Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah.
And I think the fact that we all forgot about it says all we need to say.
I remember
yeah.
it, I just don't care.
That's even worse.
Other than that, it's just the extra stuff they're adding onto the launcher from the Activision side of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. Well,
And
no,
since
hey,
you're-
the reason I don't think it'll help that much is because, you know, you're still relying on playing with, you know, strangers that you have no experience with, and, you know, you have no camaraderie with, and chances are you're still relying on them to pick a role that they're, quote, good at. Like, if I'm saying, oh, like, I'm a support main, I need a DPS on my team, I don't want some fucking McCree who can't hit a fucking broadside of a barn.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, oops.
I hit at least
Oops,
one
I
barn.
attacked Eric.
Trigger.
Very, very rude.
But, no, and so, you know, just because, ooh, well, we got the role we needed, it doesn't mean they'll be any fucking good at it, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, like, it doesn't mean that people still won't troll.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll be like, oh, looking for group, I want to be this. And, okay, here's the problem. So, and I think it's a better idea to implement it than to not, but I'm just a little cynical about it, because if it locks you into a role, then you're fucked if the game takes a turn for the worse and you want to implement, like, a run back strat. So, hey, like, look, we shouldn't have, like, let's say you have X amount of supports, and something happens and you're like, oh shit, like grab another tank, we can do this if we have another tank, fuck it, someone will solo support. Well, one of the support mains can't change because they're a support and they're locked in.
I'm not sure if there's any way, like, there might be something, like, while you're queuing, if, like, maybe you can set a parameter for, like, I'm looking for a team who wants to do triple tank, like...
Right.
I mean, I know it's, like...
But comps can change mid-game, is what I'm saying.
I would be surprised if they didn't allow in-game or mid-game changing, just because that's one of the focuses. They're getting rid of the defense category altogether. They're making it just one large damage category.
Which is smart.
And now there's just damage, tank, healing, only 3 categories. People are probably going to go the 2-2-2 route that was popular for a while.
Yeah.
But there's still the brink premise where you have to be able to change partway through, adapt to the opposing team.
Exactly. Where if you take that away, you're taking away a core part of the game. If you leave it in, well, then what's the point of looking for group as a support? Granted, it shows your preference, and I think it's better than nothing. But at the end of the day, that just means if I go, oh, let me play like Soldier 76, as a damage dealer, but like we start getting shit on and need another tank, and I'm the only one willing to switch. What was the point of me queuing as a role? Or what's stopping me from trolling and saying like, I want to be a DPS, guys? Just kidding. I'm gonna fucking like not support, but run around as Lucio in speed boost mode all day. Like,
yeah, they're too busy regulating people's social media before they're even reported to actually, I don't know, regulate the game.
But this is my whole point. There's no point in regulating the game, because at the end of the day, people are going to find a way to be dicks if they want to be dicks, and all you're going to withhold is variety and fun.
Yep.
And I don't think that's Blizzard's fault or their problem.
No, I didn't. I said no. I'm on.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we were actually discussing Star Wars earlier with the Battlefront, and there were actually 2 Star Wars announcements at the EA conference.
Wait, really?
Great. Is it another Knights of the Old Republic, please?
Wait, sorry guys, really quick. Sorry about that. I wanted to say like one more thing before we moved on. That I don't know if you guys heard about. Another Overwatch update. They're implementing a thing. I think they called it accommodations.
Yeah, you can like up one people for being good teammates, for having good voice communication, things like that.
So it's League of Legends.
At the end of the game, instead of, because you get your normal like the 4 cards where you can give votes, but then for like individual players you can do it was like a good shot caller, like team leader, like I think there's like 4 or 5 different things, and they show up on your career profile, so people see you've got like 20 votes for like being like a really vocal, then like that shows well for you.
Yeah, I think they've needed this for a while, because while they have the accolades in there, those aren't impacting your stats or your like profile in any way. Whereas you can only report people effectively for negative behavior. There's no way to praise them positively.
Exactly.
So this has been long overdue for my tastes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh.
Although I don't know, it's a little weird, only because when you report someone, it doesn't show up on their profile. It's internally investigated, and if you're found to be breaking legitimate rules, like if they honestly find that you were cheating or using hate speech that they don't allow on their platform, they quietly say like, hey dude, get out of here, come back when you're when you thought about what you did. But I don't like the idea now that like anybody can go to my profile, and if nobody goes out of their way to say, hey, Chris was a really good teammate, even if I am a really good teammate, even if I'm nice to everybody, I talk people up, I'm not going to look as good as the guy who shilled out like praise from other people. I don't like the idea of a formal record of how nice or not nice you are as a person. Either
but
you
I think also, not having any like say you like never get any things from anybody else, I don't think it will look bad, because there's they don't show it on your record when people like report you for like like abusive chat or something, because people can just do that willy-nilly. It doesn't mean it actually happened,
Yeah, but it's like a resume, Taylor. You have to look at how people are going to think about it. If I am an infinitely better programmer than somebody else, which by the way I am not, and I apply for a programming job with like somebody else, if we're both really good programmers, but I have no way of proving on paper that I'm a way better programmer, and we both have similar accolades, if you've been in like the Girl Scouts and like you volunteered at a soup kitchen, even though that doesn't make you a better programmer, it makes you look better to the prospective job fulfiller. So
Yeah,
I lost out to you for something that I can't, even if I also help people in my daily life, because I didn't do it in a way that goes on my little permanent record, it doesn't look as good. And I'm looked at, and I could be being paranoid, but I mean, we are discussing the ins and outs of a social ranking system, so I think my point is pretty valid. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, I just don't think it's a particularly useful system, because it doesn't tell a full story.
It's not unprecedented because Kaplan's talked about repeatedly how they're trying to regulate community behavior and encourage a certain mindset.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one thing to say, hey, don't be a dick. That's fine. Technically, that's encouraging a mindset. But, like, don't be a dick can be achieved in many ways while still being your own unique human being. But
Stop being a dick, Steve.
Exactly. But being like, oh, we want to perpetuate this mindset. Like, whoa, dude. Oh, 1 second.
Yo,
Welcome
Chris.
back. Okay,
Before we
so-
start, I must tell you about my blessed run I just got in Isaac.
Oh, God. Hold on. Text it to me. I don't want to get too far off track.
Okay, fine.
But anyway, Chris, what were you saying?
We were just waiting for you to get back before we did the Star Wars stuff, and there's really not much of it, so we can do it quickly.
Okay, go for it.
I guess we'll get with the good middling stuff first. Battlefront 2 is getting a free content update with Clone Wars stuff.
Really?
They're adding 4 new heroes, and they're also adding content from the new Solo movie.
Do you have to pay for it?
Free content update. I don't know if it's going to be all unlocked for free or if you have to grind it, but you don't have to pay for an expansion or anything.
Okay.
Let's see. They're adding Anakin, Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, and Grievous.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Ooh, Count Dooku.
And they're doing the young Solo from, what's his name? Alden Ehrenreich.
Okay.
And Ewoks, apparently.
Nice.
So they're adding stuff from the original trilogy and the Clone Wars.
I dig it.
Cool.
And now we get to the bad news, which was one of the most embarrassing Star Wars announcements I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
They had somebody from Respawn Studios sitting in the audience, and they just spoke to him with a mic, and it's like, what's her name? Andrea Renee?
Okay.
Talking to this guy who clearly was not one of their PR people. He's not used to being on camera. He just stares directly at it or is off in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And apparently this was what passed for an announcement of the Respawn Star Wars game, Fallen Order. It's like, can you give us any details about it? It's in the Dark Times. What? I'm sorry. You're working with the official Star Wars brand. Do you know ABY or BBY? I mean, can you give us an era between episodes 3 and 4? Great. Any details? You may or may not be playing a Jedi. Did you bring anything? Anything at all?
Wow.
Oh
So they just talked to the
God.
wrong person, you're saying?
No, this is somebody that works at Respawn. This
Okay.
is one of the studios that people actually thought would be worthwhile with the brand before Visceral got gutted. And they had nothing to show.
What?
It's like, does
what's
this have
happening?
Like, there was a part of me that was naive enough to think it might be a new Jedi Academy game or something.
Yo! I would
Dude,
lose my fucking mind for a new Jedi Academy game.
Yeah, I just want a new Knights of the Old Republic. That's not an MMO.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think every Star Wars fan does at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. Can we lock Obsidian in a basement with George Lucas for a decade, see what comes out?
Do you really want that?
They'll probably eat each other. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some cannibalism nonsense.
I'd rather have George Lucas in there than Disney's recent movies right now, I'll say that.
That's fair.
I was a fan of Solo.
I thought it was better than The Last Jedi, but I think it was
Way
one of the
better.
better Star Wars movies, like, totally.
I think it was like on the level of like Rogue One.
Yeah, and Rogue One was not a strong movie either. The last 15 minutes, fantastic. Everything else, though, miss.
That is
That-
not
well,
good
listen-
metrics.
Listen, that robot was the best.
Alan Tudyk is fantastic, and I'm still disturbed by the fact that a guy with his name hasn't done porn.
Why would he do porn?
Alan Tudyk.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Wasted potential.
I mean, I love him from Firefly. He was the best pilot, but there's always a hole in the wash, so you have to just throw out the load sometime.
Yeah, for Chris.
So
I need to
do you
watch
have
Firefly.
anything else?
Firefly's fantastic, and there's only one season of it, unless you catch the movie or the comics. It's
Right.
definitely worth it.
But yeah, anyways, is anything else big from EA?
I'll just rattle off the rest of them. Unravel 2. The first one was cute, but I don't know, it's a sequel, and you get to co-op with it.
Okay, that's cool.
Sea of Solitude, which it looks like it has a decent style, and the
Is that like
presenter...
Sea of Thieves?
No, thank God.
Sea of Solitude was basically like, I guess this emotional exploration type thing where you are the monster and you have this like,
Yeah.
highly stylized landscape to go through.
A
not
friend
sold on the game.
recommended I check it out because he knew I didn't see the trailer. Or well, he asked me what I thought of the game, and I said I didn't catch EA's conference, so I gotta check the trailer out and get back to him on that.
Yeah, the gameplay didn't look special, but the presenter they had up there really sold it. I think she's probably gonna do a good job with it. What else did they have? We already talked about Anthem. Madden 19. I loved how they actually had two celebrities on stage going, like, it's all about the money, right? It's like, this is way too on the nose for EA.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, they had a guy on stage saying it's all about the money?
Yeah, they had two, like, celebrity athletes. I don't know what teams they were from, but, yeah, they were up there talking about Madden, and I don't think they got a good script. Like, if they were given the freedom to talk how they wanted to, they should not be.
Yeah.
Those football helmets are still not concussion-proof enough for that kind of presentation. And, oh yeah, the last one, Command and fucking Conquer Mobile.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
That's the one I
almost
did
forgot.
hear.
We all wanted to forget, apparently.
So, I guess RTS is migrating to mobile now.
Which is sad because like Command and Conquer is a series I'm a big fan of.
Eric. I'm sorry. I have to make a very big announcement.
Can you get away from the mic though?
No, remember Dungeon Keeper.
No, I don't. I don't want to. Get out here.
Okay, sorry, Eric.
Yeah,
Please,
you're-
I do want to actually hear what you said, but I don't want anybody to forget that this has happened before.
I was gonna say like I'm pretty sure, unless my memory's broken,
Mm-hmm.
Command Conquer was my first RTS I played.
Mm.
So this kind of hurts because, as you all know, real-time strategies and turn-based strategies for X's are my bread and butter nowadays when it comes to games I like.
Right.
So it's
I
kind
think
of
you guys
like
have more of,
it's like seeing my pass game spit on or something like that.
I think you
Sad
guys
days.
have more of a horse in this race than I do. I mean, I'm familiar with the Red Alert games, but other than that, I don't know much Command and Conquer. I do remember
My
that
horse
they
in
were-
the race is Vicarious because I have friends who are like bleeding for that series. And
It was a good one.
yeah, no, I respect it, and like I intend to go play through the old ones single player campaigns. I didn't grow up with them personally, so like, and RTSs are more things I play for single player campaigns casually, which is why I want to play Command and Conquer. It has a really good campaign from what I hear. But
Dude,
Guys-
Tim Curry. Do you need another selling point?
oh no, exactly. I mean, he fucking
Guys,
yeah.
Sega just went live for some stuff at E3. They're doing gameplay of the Fist of the North Star game.
Ooh.
Wait,
They're
Sega's
doing a
behind
full
that?
English translation. Fist of the
Yep.
North Star.
Cool.
Sega
Yeah.
Publishing. Do you think they might have Bayonetta? Because I'll ditch you guys.
Obvious and
No, not really, but the temptation's there.
Oh
Um,
man, I wouldn't fucking blame you. But yeah, I mean, like the fact that they are taking this, and was EA behind the whole Dungeon Keeper fiasco too? I forget.
yeah,
they published
it was
it, yeah.
Yeah, like how? What? Did you learn nothing?
Well, maybe it'll be a decent game. We don't know, but
No,
as we
no.
if we
it's
follow
just-
EA's history,
Did you
Eh,
watch the conference though? I mean, the way they tried billing this thing to us was basically they're going to show us a full match played out on stage with two commentators on the side, and then they show the trailer revealing what it is. Like, until they showed the trailer, you never knew it was Command and Conquer. There's no tie to the brand at all.
you know, it was a really good mobile game. Civilization had a really good mobile.
Really?
Yeah,
I
actually.
didn't even know that fucking existed.
I'm not sure if it's still in the App Store, but it was actually a decent Civilization for mobile. You know, it wasn't as complex or in depth because your phone couldn't handle that.
Well,
but
yeah.
like gameplay wise, I was like, no, yeah, this is passable.
I don't know, man. I'll never get over the idea that with save for a couple examples, and usually they're independent examples, mobile just is not a compelling platform for fucking video games to me. It just isn't. It reeks of no innovation at all.
That bridge was burned for me around, what was it called? Deus Ex The Fall, where they put in vital lore to the narrative for the entire franchise, and it was one of the worst FPS I've ever played, much less on mobile.
Right.
And they keep doing these mobile tie-ins like they're somehow going to expand the audience. Like Mass Effect 3 had a mobile thing.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Oh,
and
by the way, did you guys see the Jurassic Park live?
What do you mean?
What?
It's Pokemon Go, but with dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah, it's literally Pokemon Go with dinosaurs.
Dude,
and it's Jurassic Park.
Don't kill my Jurassic Park buzz. They just released a fucking theme park builder.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wait, is it out right now?
It's on Steam right now, dude.
Why are we playing Isaac? One second.
Because I don't have $60 right now.
Oh, that's why we're not playing it right now. Okay.
I only had $20 to spend on Tails and Yakuza 0.
How does it look?
It looks really good, and it's not made by any shady company that I know of.
Now, if it was made by the Planet Coaster Boys, that'd be amazing.
Wait, who? What's their name again?
Give me 1 second.
Because I forget what they rebranded to. Because I don't know if it might be made by them. By the way, this is also E3 relevant, so. Because that's where they.
Planet Coaster is made by Frontier Developments.
Look up the Jurassic World game.
Jurassic World Evolution?
Yeah. I eagerly await.
It's only $54.99.
Okay, who made it?
Hold on.
Oh my god.
It's moving slow.
You got the
Guess it was made by
No.
Frontier.
Fuck yes. I checked the store page earlier, but it went right over my head. Oh my god.
Oh, add to cart. Oh my lordy. Get in here. My sons. My dinosaur sons. I used to play Jurassic Park Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Dude.
Or Dinosaur Roller Coaster Tycoon, SeaWorld.
Dude.
Oh, my children. My scaly children.
I am infinitely more hype, and I was already max hype. Like, you don't understand. A couple months ago, I remembered that they made, like, a couple, like, small attempts at doing, like, a Jurassic Park building game. And as a proof of concept, they seemed really good. And I always said to myself, like, man, why don't they really ride that?
Oh,
and then they did.
Yo, these motherfuckers done goof though.
Why?
They put a Ankylosaurus and a Triceratops as DLC.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know.
Why can't I be excited about things?
I might buy it just because I love these dinos, but like, yeah, there's like the little guy who looks like a Spinosaurus. He's without the spine.
But why?
2018 exists to remind you joy is not possible. It will be beaten out of you.
Wait, Chris, can you look this up on Steam really fast? It's called the Jurassic World Evolution Deluxe Dinosaur Pack.
Why would you leave any dinosaurs out of a Jurassic Park game?
Yeah, motherfuckers.
This is what I fucking...
Well, at least they didn't leave out T-Rex. I think there would have been like a riot if they left out T-Rex.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah. However, I think this is still probably a good deal.
No, okay. Overall, I am happy, but it just... I don't get... I honestly don't get it why everybody feels this sick, twisted need to restrict your content.
Money, money, money.
Well, okay, yes, I know that's the reason. But, like... God fucking damn it, man.
Yep. However, it's like a little... It's like if you had to, like, give these dinosaurs rankings, these are like the Chinese knockoffs of the Triceratops and Ankylosaurus. Well, this is actually an Ankylosaurus.
Well, then they have no
guy-
argument, because either you're withholding an amazing dinosaur that everybody wants, or you're withholding a lower end dinosaur that why wouldn't you just fucking put it in the game?
You know that dinosaur that like runs in herds, they look kind of like ostriches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the DLC one.
Like, I'm not saying they're not
Ostrich.
interesting. I think every dinosaur is like actually really fucking interesting. But like, but if you're not gonna withhold like the iconic like T-Rex or Stegosaurus or something, like
Also, excuse me, sir. Dinosaurs have feathers. These guys don't have feathers.
I mean, yeah, so they're bird boys.
Well, actually, in Jurassic World, they addressed the fact that the feathers were removed in order to make them more marketable.
Oh shit!
Get
The
fucking
facts are
destroyed!
Oh no! Someone's a real fan over here.
No, I'm not. I'm just reminding people that it exists.
Ooh, I got Kane.
The only fun I can have with Jurassic World is nitpicking it, unfortunately.
Dude, I'm so bummed about that. The fucking DLC, like that took some wind out of my sails.
However, it is made by Frontier, who made a kick-ass Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Right.
Which is actually, I think, the original team behind Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Well,
Aren't they not?
Aren't those
that was what was so hype about it. Yeah.
Aren't those kind of tycoon names bloodbaths for DLC though?
I mean, first of all, not
Back
the
in
older
the-
ones,
Yeah,
because
the old ones didn't
obviously,
even have DLC.
well, because no one had DLC.
Yeah.
It was a great time, but I'm trying to think, like, what other examples do you have?
Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for this game right now. Even though they have DLC dinosaurs. For $10, mind you.
For the whole pack?
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't support it, but at least it's not for a single fucking dinosaur.
Oh, sorry, it's $11 for... How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dinosaurs for $11.
But again, that seems like a lot to withhold from a Jurassic
Yeah.
Park game. Like,
$2.25 for a dinosaur? I mean, that's better than gas prices.
yeah, but you're also
gas
spending $60 fucking dollars on the game.
Yeah, and for gas prices, it's not digital goods. You're actually getting real, live, dead dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the game's multiplayer. I'm joking.
Oh.
Why do you hate
Wow,
Chris?
fuck off.
I don't even know how they would make it multiplayer.
There's tons of ways you could do it. I mean, not off the top
You
of
could
my
have a
head.
GM mode, make it so one person's the park constructor and the other people are guests/survivors.
Oh my
So-
god.
Dude, I can't wait to drop people in the T-Rex pit again.
Again, we have to stress that, yup, it's happened in the movies.
No, I mean, like, when I played the original one for, like, back in the
Oh,
days,
yeah.
I would just straight up make a Velociraptor Island or T-Rex Island and drop people in there.
Oh my god.
Because,
So,
you know,
So are we moving on to the conferences, or are we just going to make fun of more Jurassic Park retcons?
Yeah, let's
sorry,
make it
I'm a
fun.
big fan of Jurassic Park.
Okay, I'll retcon more things for you later. Now we're moving on to the Microsoft conference, which this
Cool.
one actually has more of my notes on it than anything else.
I'm so pissed
so-
I didn't watch it because I was like, oh, I don't own an Xbox. I thought it was going to be an Xbox conference.
There's a lot
Well-
of third-party stuff.
Technically, they called it the Xbox conference. It wasn't called Microsoft.
I have to
Yes.
remember, though, that Microsoft does this cute fucking thing, and by cute, I mean fucking awful, where they call something an Xbox exclusive when they really mean it's also on PC, which
Which
is
I love.
not
They
the
have
same
console exclusivity, but not platform exclusivity.
thing. Exactly, and there is a fucking difference.
Yeah,
So-
also, they dropped like 15 world premieres on this conference, which is just...
Yeah.
Ugh.
My favorite thing that I'm most excited for is a new Halo, because they teased Master Chief in the trailer.
Yeah, I wonder why they
Master
shut down the
Chef?
Halo Online fan project just in time for Halo Infinite. It couldn't possibly be a large-scale online project, could it?
I'm pretty cynical about Halo now. But also because I don't want to own an Xbox.
Um,
I used to be a big fan of Halo.
Dude, I loved it up until and including Halo 4.
They actually secured the exclusive reveal for Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
yes, that
Sony
looks
had
really
the teaser
cool.
last year, but Microsoft got the full reveal. And it looks like an Activision version of Dark Souls, or Neo even.
Neo
I was
Geo.
gonna say it's like Samurai Dark Souls.
Which is Neo.
Yeah.
Literally what Neo is.
Crackdown 3.
Okay.
The note I wrote down was the Terry Crews the game.
Yes.
Yup. Crackdown's got some good vibes behind it from the community. A lot of people like the series.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember when it was supposed to launch with the Xbox One console. It's been, what, 4 years?
Well,
Yeah.
Is it ever coming out?
ships do sail.
I've been a huge fan of Crackdown since the first one.
Yeah, I hear they've
Which is-
both been really good.
Dude, Crackdown more or less is what's the name of that game? Saints Row 4.
Right.
The people who did Life is Strange have a new game called what is it, like the Awesome
The
Adventures,
Awesome Adventures of
Captain
Captain
Spirit?
Spirit. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What I wrote down for it was it's cute, but it also, like, the trailer with, like, the music and, like, just the way that it was, like, you know, shot, it just looks like a feel-good movie trailer, like some, like, generic, like,
It's like a
dad
Hallmark
and
video game.
son. Yeah, like Hallmark.
That's
And the
weird.
thing is, though, I don't trust the way they're marketing this thing because they keep saying download for free. But if this is anything like
Yep.
Life is Strange, that's download the first episode for free.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't really
like,
have a problem with that
it's-
though, because you get to see the beginning of a story, make sure you even give a shit about seeing it through, and then you could just buy it by episode as it comes out, which gives them a chance to write it and yet not keep you waiting for like crazy amounts of time. And since it's a story-driven experience, and it seems like it was priced fairly, like weren't the Life is Strange episodes pretty fair pricing wise?
I think you get a season pass for something like $20.
Yeah,
I think.
like, dude, that's really not bad.
Yeah. Also, I should
and-
clarify, they didn't say specifically that Captain Spirit is going to be the same release structure as Life is Strange. This is my suspicion.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Go on, Tay.
It's set in the same universe as Life is Strange, too, so
Okay.
Ambitious
Um,
crossover.
Yeah, right.
there's the Nier Automata thing.
Oh, the super deluxe edition, yeah.
Yeah, the Become Gods.
they call
re-release.
it. They said what?
What is it called? The Become as Gods port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds
They
like it's going to be
said
digital
it's-
only.
It's quote unquote Xbox One enhanced, and it comes with previously unreleased DLC.
No, I checked it out. All the DLC that's on it is the same stuff that was in the Day 1 edition and the expansion with a crap name. It just looks
Oh,
like somebody
well then-
rolled their forehead across a keyboard. I don't know what that name is supposed to be.
I have no idea. I
Why
need to
did
play
they
the
say
Nier
it was
games.
Previously unreleased.
Yeah, I never actually played Nier.
I started the first one. I
The
never
first one
re-
is
Go ahead.
The first one is good, but Automata is one I will actually thoroughly recommend. I will say this though, if you're expecting the tight combat of a platinum game, the difficulty spike is completely out of whack. It's not like non-stop infinite climax on Bayonetta
Right.
or anything else.
The way that
difficulty is the RPG elements completely break the combat, which is why they don't do RPG heavy stuff in their other games.
Right, it's just like it's a thing that works for Nier. The way that Nier was explained to me, like obviously spoiler free, was by a couple friends of mine who it's their favorite game of all time. Where like, look, they just fucking throw everything in a blender. It's got like pieces of like almost every genre in it. The story's insane, the characters are insane, the dialogue is insane. It's just all very off the wall. And from what I played, it seems pretty okay so far. I mean, I like it. I just like, I don't know if it'll click with me the same way, but I'm also only a few hours in.
You know, if it will, something. Never mind.
Oh, so okay, two things. First, there's a new Microsoft Studio called the Initiative, and then also
That's not creepy.
Microsoft Studios acquired 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5 different studios.
Yeah, they had a portion of their conference that was just bragging about buying out other studios.
Yeah, they got Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory did a
Was
statement
it
on
by
it.
Ninja Theory?
Yeah, they said that when they were making fucking, what was that game?
Hellblade?
Yeah. They were like struggling so hard because a ton of people even had told them, like, look, you guys are too big to be indie, but you're not big enough to stay afloat. You can't be AAA.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are really gonna have a hard time. And they realized it was very true. They almost folded so many times. So they said we agreed to join Microsoft, with the stipulation that we are not going to be run by them. We're gonna have like communication and full creative freedom, and this way it'll what?
They made a deal with the devil.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna stay that way, but they basically said this allows us to stay afloat in an industry that doesn't yet have a place for studios in between, like us.
Yeah, I was really hoping that Hellblade would set a good precedent for them, but apparently that one game's success was not enough to keep the studio going that direction.
Yeah, unfortunately. What is that crackling noise? It's terrible. Oh!
Yeah.
Stop.
What was that?
That may have been my mic.
Yeah, that was absolutely coming from you.
Ooh, magic mush.
Oh, so they had a really big portion of their showcase for the new Forza Horizon. I'm personally pretty excited for it. I mean, I didn't really play like the other Horizon games much, but
You mean the other Forza
they
games?
have like no, I played like the early Forza ones.
Oh, that's right. There was another Forza Horizon before this one. My bad.
Yeah, this is Forza Horizon 4, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played like
I forgot
the
all about
first
that.
couple, like the really early ones, but it's set in Britain this time.
Oh, that's cool.
Their big thing is that it's still a shared open world like the other Horizons, but it has the seasons are like dynamic, and so they change every week. I think they change once a week, and it's just your typical 4 seasons.
Right.
But they affect like driving in the winter is harder because there's snow. Driving in the spring could be harder if there's rain. Storms or something, and depending on the season, there could be an area in the winter that you can't access because like there's snow blocking the road, but you could access it in the summer.
That's pretty neat, and I think that concept really works for a driving game.
Yeah. So, the way that they put it verbatim was like the same environments will be completely different in every season.
I like that. You know what it actually reminds me of? Oracle of Seasons. The Game Boy Zelda game.
Yeah.
There's like parts that you can't get to because like the trapdoors are covered in snow in the winter, but there's some places that you can only get to in the winter because the snow piles up and you can climb on it.
Okay.
So it's like
cool.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
In a good way. Never thought I'd be comparing a Forza game to Zelda, and yet here we are.
Oh, and then they had the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
Right.
Remaster and everything. And I didn't know this because I don't know much about the game, but it's the first time it's being released in the US officially.
Oh, I heard about that too, and like you, I know very little about that game.
Yeah.
What game?
The Tales series.
Tales of Vesperia, specifically.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that before.
They're very famous RPGs.
Yeah. Cuphead DLC.
Oh yeah,
I love how it's actually an acronym for
Girl.
DLC as well.
Oh, it is? Oh,
my
yeah!
God,
Last
right.
course, DLC.
Holy shit. Wow.
That rules.
That's 2019. It says there's what was her name? The
Holy Grail
ghost-
or whatever, the chalice.
the ghost chalice lady. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, she got like shoes and like a dress and stuff, and you can play her.
Aw, I saw the picture of her in the thumbnail you sent, and I was like, oh my god, can you play as her?
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Oh, and a whole new like island and stuff.
Fuck.
I actually never played Cuphead.
It was really good.
I do want to play it. but never just came up.
Yeah. Just get ready to get comfy and see the same bosses over and over again because, dying.
Depending on where you get it, it's actually kind of on sale in perpetuity. Like, it's retail for 20, but it's usually marked down to like 17 or 15.
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe they'll do a complete re-release or they'll bump the price around a bit, but...
Right.
I don't know. Cuphead's a decent game. Let's say DLC.
So, we can talk about Gears of War 5 then, but I just wanted to mention the absurdity of the Gears of War and the pop figure mobile game.
For what?
Oh my god.
Gears of War.
Did you make that up?
No, Gears of War Funko Pop, a Lego-style mobile game.
Yep.
That's great.
No, you're making this up.
I love it.
No, it was the first Gears of War thing they showed off. It had the like classic Gears logo, and then when something cut through it, it was like the silhouette and then a pop.
Yeah, and like they did that, and then they talked about a
Gears
turn-based
Tactics.
strategy. Yeah, Gears Tactics, and then they announced Gears 5.
Yeah, the last Gears thing they showed off was actual Gears of War, and they dropped the of War from the title. It's just Gears 5.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. So
wait, just Gears 5? Ew.
yeah.
They did the same thing with Gears 3 too, but
Ew.
it got the of War back in time for the full release. But I guess it's just how they market it.
Tears of War.
Did the pops kill Chris? What's happening?
I'm actually a little stunned. Like, you do not have the cultural influence that Lego does, guys.
Did you tell them yet?
Someone needs to.
There are some really expensive Popcos. Like, some would go for like over 1,000. Or Funkos.
Dude, I actually went to a Toys R Us I knew from a ways back because I was just kind of curious about them going out of business, and I actually bought one of their exclusive pops.
What
Really?
was it?
Gwenpool, I think.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's a Toys R Us exclusive too, so once they go out of business, you can't get them anymore. And it was
That'll
$5.
be worth money. Oh my god.
And I wasn't planning on buying anything. I just wanted to look around, but then I felt pity on them because okay, I spent a lot of my childhood here. And like nobody buys a pop on purpose unless you're a collector, like the Beanie Baby craze from decades ago.
Right.
Like it's either all or nothing on pops, and
Yeah.
People are fucking insane over them.
they have
you
so many
either have,
exclusives.
like-
And
To be honest, I was about to buy one for All Might, but I don't have any, so I don't know if it's worth it for me. But the All Might
I don't
one
know,
would look
it's
cool.
either like you have like one or two, or you have like 50.
Yeah.
The ones I have, I got from like loot boxes and things like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm sure if I went to my
Yeah.
room, I actually have a couple others. Like my sister and her boyfriend got me one a ways back.
Right. Like I got a Deadpool one in a loot crate. And then for like a few bucks at Barnes and Noble, they had one of the Halo ODST soldiers, and it was really cute. But yeah, I really like don't have any.
It's one of those weird things where do you guys watch Boo Fire 9-1?
Nope.
No.
No.
The guy recently did a dissection on fans of the brand versus fans of the franchise, and it was this dichotomy of how like these kinds of parts of the marketing are not really made for the people that are like long-term fans of the franchise. They're just like surface level.
Yes.
Yep.
Can
I
you
don't know,
link
it's
me
one
to
of
that later?
Yeah, just remind me. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
That phrase, like surface level fans, that describes it perfectly.
And like I'm not shitting on anybody who likes stuff like that. The only thing I don't like about it is it can influence negatively like trends in the market. So, you know, the people who are really being pandered to are, and I get it because of business, but it panders to the surface level fans with money instead of the dedicated fans who put a lot of their money into that series.
Yeah, it's kind of like recent adaptations of Star Wars, and if you want to go back further, what's happened with comic books recently, where they think their installed base is so secured, they don't have to appeal to them anymore. But now they're losing sales, and they realize, oh yeah, these surface level fans are the ones that are evaporating like no like wildfire.
Exactly.
Yep.
And like I said, if you only have a partial interest, it depends on your attitude. If you're cool about it, you're like, no, like, I know I don't really watch too much of this thing or whatever. Like, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be mad at you. But, like...
Yeah, it's like, I'm a hardcore fan of Star Wars. I'm a casual fan of Jurassic Park. I enjoy both, but the thing is that I spend a lot more time, effort, and money on one than the other. That's it.
Exactly.
I'll shit on both when the time suits me, but,
Yeah.
I love both. I love one. No parent is supposed to have a favorite child, but I admit it.
Do we have anything else from
Microsoft?
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5?
Oh my lord, yes. I'm so excited. Oh man.
I need to play
Like,
Devil May Cry
Alpha,
games.
Say again?
I need to play Devil May Cry. I owned the first one, like, when it was new for PS2, but, the problem is that I only played a few hours of it because I was an impatient child.
If you're strapped for time, I say just go straight for 3. You're not missing out that much story from the other ones, although it does help. And if you just want the prettiest one with the fastest action, people give DMC Devil May Cry a lot of shit, and even as somebody who spent a lot of time with the franchise, I don't hate it. It's just a weaker entry.
Fair. Although, I will say,
I've never been a fan of Dante. Dude, I hate what they do with
Dante?
Dante and Virgil.
Dante!
Oh man.
And Virgil. They're not Dante and Virgil.
Not anymore, they're not.
Nope.
But yeah, no,
hey,
for future reference, I do not skip games in a franchise. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, DMC might actually be worth skipping, like the spin-off DMC Devil May Cry. Just
Right.
because
Like-
that one was effectively a soft reboot.
Also,
Yeah.
Dante kind of shit talked Dante with his hairstyle with that one cutscene.
Did you play the game to finish?
No.
Yeah.
Because that was basically just foreshadowing. It wasn't like a complete disavowal of the franchise.
Gotcha.
He does get his full bleach blonde hair by the end.
Okay.
The platinum blonde mop was not just a joke. He does get it.
I see. Hey guys, you want to cut the stream here, and we'll continue with the rest of the companies with the next one?
Yeah, we already filled a fucking hour, so...
Is there anything else anybody wants to do on Microsoft first, or should we just?
Oh yeah, no. Let's finish. Make sure we're finished with Microsoft. Yeah, you have so many notes on Microsoft.
I'll just go down my list then. We talked about Halo Infinite. Ori Will of the Wisps already been teased, but they had another trailer for it.
Wait, is that based off Ori?
And the Blind
like
Forest.
Oh my lord, I'm excited.
It's a sequel. Yeah.
Oh, the hype.
Fallout 76 got the first trailer for Microsoft, although they showed more at the Bethesda conference. There's really not much to it. Near Automata Port, Metro Exodus.
Hey, they teased a new Shonen game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was at the Microsoft conference right at the end. It's right at the bottom of my notes, I think.
Yeah, that's where I'm seeing it. Let's hope this is better than the last one, because the last one was boring as sin.
What was the last one?
Did you check
Jump Ultimate Stars for the PS4? Not good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one, okay.
There was some gameplay
Or
released.
JS
shortly
Stars
after the
Victory
conference.
Plus, sorry.
It does look like it's going to be a bit like Stars, just with higher graphical fidelity. I'm hoping I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but they only put out like 5 minutes of gameplay.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they only included like the only characters they showed were like DBZ, One Piece, Naruto, and that was it.
Well, because that's the bread and butter of the Shonen brand.
Yeah, and they had the Death Note
Oh,
tease
I
at the
know.
end, and they only had one villain, which it's like, if one person from one franchise can beat it, why do you need 3 of them to team up?
I have, I guess, one big problem. I don't have a big opinion on JS Victory Stars because the 2 times I played it, once was, when I bought it, when I got it and I was alone, I turned it off, and then I showed it to a friend recently. You have to unlock like every character. And I like grinding through a single-player version of a game, and, I liked it more when I was a kid, because I'll admit, I didn't have a ton of people to play with. But now that I'm older, dude, if a friend comes over and wants to see, JS, I'm going to put it on and be like, look at all the characters, but when you can only use, like, 2 of the characters, and there's a roster of, like, 20, don't make me play the game for, like, 10 hours on my own time just to play it for an hour here and there.
Good luck with the 64 character roster on Smash then.
No, but see, Smash, you can unlock
Gives you, like,
all the
a
Smash
good
characters in like a day.
Yeah, like Smash gives you like a decent amount to start with too, like 20.
Well, at the
No,
Nintendo
they-
conference, they announced something
No.
different, but I'm not going to say anything about that yet. But anyway, for Jump Stars, I was like, there's so many characters, and we can't use any of them, and why would we keep playing this? And we turned it off. And this is where I think there's a good ways to do it. I bought this game called Tumblestone, I think. I forget the name of it, but it was on sale, and I've been kind of watching it on the Switch. And I bought it because I wanted to bring it to a friend's house and play some multiplayer. I booted up the game and saw that everything was locked. I was like, okay, I'll play campaign for a while, but this is stupid. Now, what they should have been more forward about is in the settings, which granted, I think you should go through the settings anyway, so it's okay. I found later on, there's a party mode. You turn it on, it unlocks everything for you and doesn't track your stats. That is how you do it.
Oh yeah.
Make me unlock everything later if you want. That's fine. It gives me something to like chase because I don't get my stat tracking and stuff like that. It's not formal. But if I'm going to a friend's house and it's like, oh, do you guys want to try this game with me? Oh, I don't have all the characters. Your friends are all going to look at you like you're a fucking asshole. So.
Okay, what else do we have? Metro Exodus. I like the Metro games, but I'm not losing my mind over this one.
Right.
Wait, that based off like Last Light?
Yeah. That whole series.
Okay.
2033, yeah.
That's a cool world.
Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer with no sound effect audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Well,
we'll
why
talk
didn't-
about that at Sony's anyway, because let's face
They
it.
had like 3 or 4 different Kingdom Hearts presentations. Only one of them was in Square Enix. Let's see, Sea of Thieves, you brought that one up earlier. They have I can't tell if it's a DLC or an update. But,
Game sucks!
What is it?
I've seen videos of it, and I just... Why does anyone play it?
It's fun to play with friends.
Not
It's-
even!
It's
Yeah,
Ghost
even.
Pirate. Ghost Pirate skeletons that are told through a Palantir, and I think they're bringing in voice acting for the characters now.
Cool.
Like, that's as much as I know. And I'm pretty sure that pirate skeletons were already in the game, so I don't know what makes this special, and they didn't tell me anything. They just had a red mist over the trailer.
I think that
Okay.
what's going to happen is they have like ghost ships sailing the seas now.
Okay, after that, there was another Battlefield 5 trailer. Talked about Forza, talked about the studio acquisitions. There was a We Happy Few trailer. I'm actually interested in this one now because
Taylor and I
it
are
was
very interested in that game.
earlier
Yeah.
on, that thing was being billed as like a primarily survival-based game, and the story was just incidental because they had a really good trailer, kind of like the first Dead Island. But I don't know. They're talking about overhauling the single player for it now, so it's going to be more
Yeah.
narrative focused.
And I think, did it have a release date?
I did not catch it if it did. No.
Or, okay. No, I'm trying to recall, was this a release date reveal, or was this just like an update in the development?
I think it was just another trailer, although I could have missed the release date entirely. I know Gearbox is putting this one out there with a collector's edition and everything.
Okay.
It's getting a decent market push.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
PUBG is getting a war mode instead of bug fixes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ubisoft decided not to put the cringeworthy trailer in their own presentation, so they gave the fake multiplayer VO to the Microsoft conference.
Wait, say that again?
Do you remember that, like, obviously fake VO version of basically every Ubisoft trailer that comes out once a year?
Yeah.
They gave that one to the Microsoft conference instead of their own.
Oh my god.
So the Division 2 with the fake VO from the heavily scripted multiplayer sequence, which is also in the trailer, so beside myself, the Division 2 is happening. It was already teased ahead of time, so it was not a big reveal or anything, just some gameplay. It doesn't look like there's much new, although it seems like they're pushing the fantastical side of things. Like, they had a putty gun which stopped a person by gluing their feet to the floor.
Okay.
Seems like they're playing up more EMP type stuff as well to interfere with your HUD and enemy electronics. So, I don't know, Tom Clancy's probably spinning in his grave, but it looks like it might be a more interesting game.
Oh,
I only saw the
Battletoads.
general trailer. What?
yeah.
What?
Yes.
Wait, say again?
Battletoads.
Again?
Yeah, it's on my list. We're getting to it. Also, I'm stealing a tagline from that trailer just to let you know.
The Revenge
Wait, I don't remember what it is.
Broad, non-specific feature declarations, otherwise known as
Yes.
the E3 endorsement of choice.
Yep, that's what they put in their reveal.
Okay.
Jesus
what I have-
Christ.
Yeah, so they didn't show any gameplay or anything, just like a couple of illustrations and with a little animation. So we don't know anything
They
about it
said
other
that
than it's Battletoads.
Yeah, they said it's going to be hand-drawn.
Yeah,
Really? That's really
hand-drawn,
cool.
4K, 2.5D.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh.
2.5D.
Chris, I think we have a similar reaction there.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we have here? Shadow of the Tomb Raider got another trailer.
Hmm.
I'm not sold on the new Tomb Raider, but I haven't given it the full college try yet, so maybe I'll look into it. Session got a trailer, aka not Tony Hawk's skating game.
Yeah.
Isn't that like when you say Tony Hawk? I seriously thought you were gonna say Tony Stark.
Tony Stark skateboarding.
I would,
Yeah.
I would like that.
Like hoverboard skating on the Mark 69 or something like that.
Yo, I would play that right now.
If the
That's
Star Wars
why-
announcement was lumped into this thing somehow, it's like Darth Maul's on skateboard again, I'd be fine.
Dude, no, that's a lie. I'd be playing My Dinosaurs right now, which I'm kind of heartbroken I can't.
Okay, what else do we have? Black Desert got a trailer. I don't know when that's coming, but it's been an MMO on PC for a while.
Oh, I bought that for $5 last Steam sale.
Yep, and I don't know, it's not terrible, but it's an MMO, massive time sink. It thankfully doesn't have a subscription mandatory. So
Nope. Yep.
I'm
Apparently,
skeptic-
combat's really good in it too.
Oh yeah, that's one of the like best things from what I've seen, but
If you guys want to play, I'm down.
I'm not sure if I have it. But
Oh,
I definitely tried a trial of it.
Black Desert, the beta is this fall.
Wait, what?
The beta is this fall for Black Desert.
Wait, it's not out?
Yeah,
That's what it said.
It's out
in
on
the...
PC. It's not out on console yet.
Oh, that's what the betas work. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still on Xbox.
Let's see. After that, Devil May Cry. We talked about Cuphead, the DLC,
Mhm.
and Tunic, which actually looks like a decent Zelda game.
Tunic looks adorable.
What's
I
that
haven't
like?
seen it.
It's like isometric, really like minimalistic style, kind of Zelda-like game. But you play as a fox wearing a tunic.
Yeah. So what Dust and Elysian Tale was to Mario, imagine this is to Zelda.
I do.
It's adorable.
After that, they montaged a shitload of world premieres, and this is where we get to Jump Force, although we already kind of talked about it. Dying Light 2, which is... I don't know, did you guys play the first Dying Light?
I
No.
have
I didn't, but I heard about it.
Zambies.
I didn't dislike it, but it just did not do anything unique for my tastes.
I don't know if this was a feature in the first one, but they were like really putting an emphasis on how like each player's experience would be different because you know your choices affect the environment.
That
I
is
don't
a
know.
big change compared to the first one, because the story in that
Okay.
one was bare bones. So,
Oh, okay, so that's new.
after Dying Light 2, which I hope it's decent, but I don't know. The first Dying Light did nothing unique. I hope the second one does something with all those like choices, and I'm still waiting on Dead Island 2. But all that aside, we were talking about Battletoads, and then we have Just Cause 4,
Yeah.
which Steam leaked, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'd accidentally put up the ads for it for pre-ordering on the Steam storefront before the game was actually announced.
Rip.
Dingoes.
Yeah, Walmart still beat them to the punch with the Fallout 76 stuff, but I don't know, Steam gets a nominal like honorary award. And we already talked about all the Gears of War stuff, and the last thing was actually CD Projekt Red, quote unquote, hacking the end of the conference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk 2077. It was just a trailer. I don't know if there's any representative gameplay, but it was exciting.
Cool. I need to look at the trailer for that one.
Please do.
I'm still pissed at CD Projekt Red for copywriting a goddamn genre for their title, but I'm trying to look past it.
Yeah, trying to look past it because the game should be incredible.
Well, and it's not like the game is predatory in its practices. It's literally just, we want to name it this. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that.
Kind of like how Bethesda copyrighted word scrolls.
Yeah.
Not even Elder Scrolls?
Nope, just scrolls.
Yeah, do you remember when
Just
Notch had
Scrolls?
that card game come out, Scrolls? And it got sued to oblivion because Bethesda was trying to make sure nobody had brand parody or anything with theirs.
Sued to oblivion.
Chris, don't laugh at his puns. It's just
No, I'm flipping this on Chris because he did it unintentionally, and I knew he would groan at it.
Oh, you think that you cut me incidentally, but the dagger falls both ways, my friend.
Where's the leave button? No, I'm not gonna do it this time.
That was actually the last thing for the Microsoft conference, so...
great news. Going, people. So, this was a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, so next time we have,
Bethesda.
Ubisoft, Devolver...
And Nintendo.
Square
Square Enix and PC Gamer.
Do we have to do Square Enix?
And
Apparently we did
Sony.
nothing.
We might have to do 3 parts, my dudes.
I'm down for that.
I think that Square Enix should be our shame of E3 because their showcase was stupid.
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
You sure? Because Bethesda was playing their own conference within this conference and showing jack shit in the process.
That's true.
Like, oh yeah, we're announcing a new Doom. We're about it at QuakeCon.
Alright, well, we'll talk about that later. We need... So, nice talking to y'all.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.